Hello everyone. In this video I will explain use of function in C programming language. So before discussing function, just have a look on this program. Let's say we want to write a program in which we need to print a particular pattern again and again. So let's write main function because this is the actual beginning of program. And let's say in this program what we want to do, we want to print a particular pattern like we need to print two lines of star on new line, again line of stars, and then we need to print, let's say, printf on new line module. So in this program we need to print this pattern again and again. Let's say in the beginning of program we need to print this one in output, and at the end of program again we need to print this one, and in mid of program we need to print same again. So one solution is that whenever we want to print this pattern, we need to write these three lines again and again. So if you want to print something like this one at the end of program, we need to write these three lines again at the end. So whenever we want to repeat our task, so another solution is function. So function says that whatever task you want to repeat, just create a function of that task. So what we want to repeat, we want to repeat these three lines again and again. So what we will do, we will take these lines and we will put these line in a block, and here we will put it. Now so when we put this lines in a block, we need to assign a name to this block so that it can be used, because it might be possible that you are repeating some task in your program again and again, and the number of tasks are more than one. So how your program going to differentiate it? So just assign a name. So let's say we want to assign this name pattern. Okay, now every function in C will be having braces. Okay, so the name of this block or this function is pattern, and this is having braces, it means this is a function, and every function will be having a return data type. So here if you can see, these lines are not returning anything, it's simply printing. So whenever you are writing such kind of blocks where you are simply printing, so what you need to write, you need to write here void. So this is a simple function. In this function we have written these three number of lines, and the name of this function is pattern. We need to write these braces because this is a function, and the return data type, so initially we are going for void. So keep in mind, if our function is only printing, not returning anything, so in that case we will write void. So now in main function, whenever we want to print these pattern, what we will do, we will call this function. And how to call a function? Name of that function and braces. So let's say I call this function here, and I'm calling this function here as well. And let's say printf, I'm calling this function here as well. So if you can see, we have called a single function 3 times. So in absence of this function, we had to write these three lines here, then here, then here. So now after using function, we just return our lines in a function, and we are just calling those functions. So here we have called this function, so this function will execute it and it will print these lines on the screen. So just see the output. We will save this program, we will open our terminal, we will go to desktop, and we will compile our program, and then we will run it. So if you can see, 3 times module module module, we have printed same pattern 3 times. So in function, where we will use function whenever we want to repeat some task, like if a particular task which we have used in our program, we want to use it again and again and again. So the one approach is that we need to write that particular code again and again. Another approach is that put that code in a block, assign a name, make it a function, and whenever you want to run that code, just call that function. So I think this video has cleared some of your concept. In next video I will show how to create a function which will return some value and what are the different types of functions.